Hello and welcome to the morning sports briefing here on Wednesday, the 2nd of June. Hi, I'm Paul and I'll be your host this morning. In the news today, we'll have a chat about the Chiefs situation as with the waiting for the travel bubble or travel restrictions to be announced. We'll catch up on the A-League action as well as the basketball with the NBA and the NBL over in Australia there. We'll catch up on the ANZ netball action. Sorry, I forgot to mention the results yesterday. We'll also talk about some tennis with the French Open in action, and also the hockey as well as the Trans-Tasman tournament down in Palmerston North comes to a conclusion. This is your best way to start the day, up to speed with all of the important sports news. Let's kick off with that hockey action then. Two games yesterday as the Hockeyroos took on the Black Sticks first up, and they got a good start with Stephanie Kershaw scoring after 8 minutes. That was backed up by another goal from Khalidi Camerford on a 27 stick, a 2-0 lead at half-time. The Black Sticks did pull one back through Olivia Merry on 39, but Shannon Fitzpatrick saw the Hockeyroos home with a 3-1 win to win the series 1-0 after the first three games were all draws between the two teams. Then that's followed by the Kookaburras versus the Black Sticks, the men's one, where again the Aussies made a good start with a goal on 3 minutes from Nathan Ephemeris. They backed it up with another one from Tom Wickham on 13, which was the Black Sticks did manage to pull one back before half-time through a penalty stroke for Sean McKelsey to make it 2-1 at half-time. But three more goals in the second half made it was 5-1 for the Kookaburras to win the series 4-0 in that one. That was their biggest victory of the tournament. The Black Sticks, New Zealand will go over to Perth to face the Australian sides on the 26th and 27th of June to play some FIH Pro League matches there. So good luck to our sides, and they head over to Perth for those games. Over in the tennis then, and at Roland Garros, after Naomi Osaka pulled out of the French Open, the Grand Slams put out an announcement on a much more conciliatory note than the ones they had at the weekend. At the weekend, she got fined for not attending the press conference after she won her first round of $15,000 US, and also the Grand Slams came out saying that she could be disqualified from future events if she did not attend press conferences. They have said that they now empathise with the pressures that tennis players face, and will be looking at how they can help and support and assist players going forward. So a much more conciliatory note from the Grand Slams after Naomi had withdrew from the French Open there. She's not the only withdrawal on the women's draw there, as unfortunately Petra Kvitova fell during the media conference or just after, and meant that she has damaged her ankle. After an MRI scan, it's decided that she can't continue and has had to withdraw from the tournament as well. The early rounds are all about the upsets and where we see top seeds losing, and that's happened in both the women's and the men's side. Obviously, the biggest player out is the withdrawal of Naomi, but also Andriy Kushu of Canada lost to Zidansk in the opening round. This number 6 seed getting knocked out 6-7, 7-6, 9-7. So a real hard-fought game there. As I say, we've also had some of the top seeds getting knocked out on the men's side as well. And Djokovic hasn't actually played yet, so don't worry. Number one is still there. We have had two of the of the top 10 have been knocked out. That does not include Federer or Nadal, who have both gone through the opening round, and also it doesn't include. I'm just trying to find where his name is, because some players, some of the ones have gone to 6 sets. So Zverev has got pushed all the way. He lost the opening at 2 sets, 3-6, 3-6, but then went through one of the next three, 6-2, 6-2, 6-0 to go through theirs. He was given an almighty scare against qualifier Otte. Both of those players from Germany. Rublev, the number 7 seed, has been knocked out by Struff from Germany, 6-3, 7-6, 4-3, 3-6, 6-4. So another 5-set thriller in that one there. And I think there is one more over the top 10 who has been knocked out. Thuman, the number 4 seed, also got knocked out by Adrojar of Spain. He was Adrojar, a poor start, losing the first 2 sets, 4-6, 5-7, but came back, win again another 5-setter to win 6-3, 6-4, 6-4 to go through. So cracking one there, win for him in that one. We will be keeping our eyes in particular on the men's doubles, as we have got 2 Kiwis in action there in 2 separate pairings, but so far they have not played yet. But do stay here on the morning sports briefing at 7 a.m. every single morning to keep track of how they are going in the French Open. Moving on to netball then. And sorry, pardon me. On netball then, to catch up on some scores from the weekend. So on Sunday, we had 2 games as the Mystics lost to the Steel 58-63 there. And the Pulse got a big win over the Magic, 64-53. The Stars and the Tactics, wow, the Stars kept their good season going, but it took them into overtime to win it, 57-56 in that one. And to hold on to their top of the table placing ahead of the Mystics. Then it come the Central Pulse and the Southern Steel. Mainland Tactics, just another point back from those two, with the Magic really this side that's struggling this season with just 1 win from their 7 games. Moving on then to the basketball, and in the NBA, we had the 3 games yesterday. 2 games yesterday. The Wizards saw off the 76ers 122-114 to keep themselves in that series. If they'd lost that one, they would have been swept and have lost 4-0. So they got their first win of the series. The 76ers still lead that one 3-1. The Jazz beat the Grizzlies 120-113 to also take a 3-1 lead in that one, meaning they just need one more game to go through there. The only team, we only have one team through to the conference semi-finals, and that is the Milwaukee Bucks, who beat Miami Heat 4-0 in that one. Over in the NBL, and we had just one game yesterday as the Hawks beat the Wildcats 81-79 in a close one. The Breakers are in action this evening at 7:30 against the Taipans. So do check in on that one as the Breakers continue their games over here in New Zealand after the at the Spark Arena, after having to play all of their early games in Australia due to COVID. Over in the A-League, and a big upset yesterday as the Central Coast Mariners lost to Newcastle, bottom of the table Newcastle Jets 2-0 in that one. The Central Coast Mariners are on 39 points in third place, 4 points clear of the Phoenix, and so they're guaranteed a place in the finals. In the finals anyway. I think so. They'll be too concerned by that result. Actually, mathematics might mean they could get dropped out if depending on how Perth Glory go. But a big surprise in that game tonight. A really important game as the Brisbane Roar in sixth place on 37 points, just 2 points ahead of the Wellington Phoenix, take on Perth Glory, who have 2 games left on 33 points. If they win both of those, that would get them up to 39 and potentially into those playoff places. So a big game tonight for the Wellington Phoenix. Clearly, they'll be wanting Perth Glory to win that one and then to lose their last game, so the Wellington Phoenix can potentially make it in to the finals. Unfortunately, folks, the Knicks New Zealand boys can't make it tonight, so we're going to be having that a show this week. I hope we get them on next week to catch up on how the Phoenix have been going. Don't forget, folks, that you can support the New Zealand Sports Radio by heading over to patreon.com /NZ Sport Radio and help support us for just $1 or $2 a month. It helps us get all the kit together so that we can make all these videos and shows for you. And also get out and around the club scene and do those post-match interviews at the club games as well over here in New Zealand. Finally, in the rugby, and the Chiefs were due to fly back to New Zealand today from Australia, but instead have flown down to Sydney. Where their game is this Sunday will all come down to the travel restrictions. If the travel restrictions get lifted on Friday, then the Rebels and the Chiefs will fly back to have the game in Hamilton at F&G Stadium on Sunday. That's right, a day later than it was originally planned. If travel restrictions don't get lifted, then they will play the game in Sydney instead. So that is why the Chiefs have stayed down in Sydney. Their final game of Super Rugby Trans-Tasman is against the Waratahs in Sydney. So what could have started off with, or what did start off with, as a 5 or 6 day tour, could turn into a 3-week tour due to this travel suspension. You have now started the day the best way to be with all of the important sports news. Don't forget to join the standoff show this evening at 8 p.m. for all of your NRL fix as they review last weekend and review the upcoming weekend. Preview the upcoming weekend's games as well.